And we are live. Welcome to Redbird podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at Live on That Swing. Joining me today, I've got my two lovely co-hosts. Why don't you two introduce yourselves?
What's up? I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with two O's.
Yo, it's Mac. Thank you guys for joining us. You can find me on Twitter at AZ Sports Fiend, and we're here to talk about your Arizona Diamondbacks going up 2-0 on the Dodgers. Woo!
Yeah, we're not talking cards this week. Sorry, guys.
This is like the 2 weeks where I actually care about baseball.
I think that's about
We'll
most of the
continue to
valley
care,
right now.
Will.
By the looks on Twitter, it's seen a lot of Suns fans jumping on the bandwagon. I'm liking it, but unfortunately, we're here to talk about the Arizona Cardinals' 20-34 defeat at the hands of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Ooh,
I know who isn't going to win Big Dick
We
Player
should.
of the Week, Marco Wilson. I'm sorry to inform you, you will not be winning that weekly award that Jackie presents. But what do you guys think about Sunday? Let's dive right into it while we're here.
We should have known we were getting our ass beats when Joe Burrow came out with that ugly ass fit.
And I said fucking Cardinals by 50 once I saw that ugly ass sweater.
What was my prediction? Did I predict this to lose or to win? I don't even remember.
We predicted us to win. That's
why
we
bringing up
lost.
that, Will, because I won. You guys tied with 8 wins, and I went 9-4. But I lost all my money betting, so that 9-4 doesn't really help me at all in my wallet. But finally getting on the W column. Jackie, you won last week. Will, is this your week this week?
It's always my week, baby.
Unless a fire alarm goes off. But yeah. That was a first. How was that? You guys figure out what happened there?
No idea, but I mean, it's we have some sensitive ass fire alarms, so college tings probably.
Someone smoking weed in their dorm.
Jackie, you were there. What was the vibe?
Well, so we started out in the nosebleeds, and I haven't sat in the nosebleeds. Like, we used to have tickets up there. I haven't sat there in like 5 years, maybe. And I forgot how like asleep the crowd and not engaged the crowd is, to the point where it bummed me out. And like I like legit stood up and scolded everybody around me because we were on the home side, and I said, it's third down, get your asses up, start yelling. Otherwise, you're gonna hate me and my brother-in-law right now because we're drinking, we're getting loud, we're yelling. Luckily Colby had an extra ticket for me, so I sat in the lower sections, but even then everybody was still kind of like not.
Yeah, we had 2 tickets to the game.
Huh?
Well, I mean,
yeah, 2 tickets to the game.
I got lucky that the person that's next to him didn't show up.
I mean, all these people were just bummed that their favorite team, the Cowboys, weren't in town. So
But
I heard you couldn't really tell.
The
Were there
vibe,
a lot of
though.
Bengals fans there? I didn't really notice it in the telecast, but I saw someone post something. I imagine there's a decent amount, but
there was a decent amount. We didn't get invaded like the Giants, where like they got really really loud when I was there. But the crowd was just not engaged, and that really bums me out. Because if you're gonna pay money to go to a game, especially if you're sitting in the lower bowl, get the fuck up. Stand up and make noise, especially on third down. And then on the flip side, when our offense is on the field, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Exactly.
So yeah, the vibe was kind of just dull, especially getting down early. When Hollywood Brown had this touchdown where he jumped into the stands, that kind of elevated it, and I really love that he did that, because I'm like, we need more of that, as the player and fan like interaction like that. The kind of Lambeau leap, if you will, at our stadium.
I know it felt like that was going to be the time where we came back. We held the lead there for seemingly about half of the second quarter, and then just the second half. Josh Dobbs had his worst game as a Cardinal, which you're going to expect. He's not going to be playing as well as he did probably weeks 2 through 4. Those 3 weeks he was pretty phenomenal for the most part, but to see him regress, it does kind of just show like he is a journeyman quarterback for a reason. And he's blown us all away what he's been able to do. But there were a lot of throws, and it didn't seem like he was getting a lot of time back there either. But when James Conner went out, it seemed like that was kind of took the air out of the balloon.
Yeah,
I will say, I will say, DeMarcado in his limited time we saw him was pretty good. I think what fans have to remember about this team, and we have to remind ourselves is that again, these are guys who are overachieving and outplaying expectations. I mean, this is not a good football team. It's a football team that tries hard and puts their effort on the field every Sunday. That won't always get you a win, and we got embarrassed on Sunday for it.
Right. I mean, everybody was going to look human at some point. We've been kind of playing almost immaculate, especially offensively. And, now the narratives were changing to, well, is this Josh Dobbs' team? He's looking pretty good. Is he going to be the franchise quarterback? And, I kind of got into it with my sister a little bit. I'm like, no, he's not a franchise quarterback. We kind of had that come to Jesus moment with him.
Yeah.
Unless your name is Tom Brady, you do not abandon the top 5 quarterback for a guy who's essentially a journeyman or a bum.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, no. If I still believe, just like with all these other games, if Kyler Murray plays, it's a different outcome. Even if we don't win, it might be a little bit closer than, what was it, 34-20.
Do you guys think Jonathan Gannon needs to show a little bit more emotion out there?
I mean, he's kind of a robot anyway. You cut it. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't expect it. I will say it all came down to execution on Sunday. And there's one play in particular that sticks out to me as just a complete failure. There's that play where, Jamar Chase is being chased by a guy, and, there's a guy in front of him. And the guy in front of him, I presume it's Marco Wilson. I don't know who it was. He looks behind him for half a second just to make sure he's still there. And he slows down just enough for Chase to get that extra burst of speed and to make the touchdown. And it's just
was that the pass in the back of the end zone?
Yeah.
I believe it was. I don't want to fucking throw him under the bus. I believe it was Kaiser White that turned his head and Marco was behind him.
Yeah, it was. I think
you're right.
White.
Okay. Yeah,
that
he just took his eyes off for a second. And if it wasn't Kaiser, I apologize. It was. Who was it? But yeah, when you turn your head for just half a second and you let Jamar get that momentum, that was what it looked like from the stands. Jackie, did it look like Jamar was just crushing Marco? It's hard to tell sometimes from the TV. You're seeing it seemed like Joe Burrow had definitely by far his best game, throwing some balls into tight holes. But what was that feeling there seeing Jamar Chase put up Cincinnati record, 15 catches, 16 catches? What was that kind of vibe like? Could you see Marco getting beat by the naked eye?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's Jamar Chase. He's not some slouch, so he's got the talent, the burst of speed, the quickness, all of that. Whereas Marco is just a rookie that got thrown into a starting cornerback one position. But, what, Will?
Sorry. And I mean, we knew going into this season that our secondary was a point that we needed to improve, and I don't think we've had that improve as much as we needed to. We're constantly letting teams put up numbers on us. And I think going into the off season, that needs to be, if not the point of emphasis, the second point of emphasis, because I think our interior D line also needs to be looked at. Because I mean, you can't have a guy like Marco Wilson who's constantly getting cooked in the fucking on the fucking field. Just give him that many reps. You can't have him guarding Jamar Chase. You can't have him guarding was it Michael Gallup? Who the fuck is the wide receiver?
Oh yeah, the number one's Ayuk. Like what did people expect?
Yeah.
We knew coming in. Yeah, we figured that cornerback was by far the worst position. I mean, I'm honestly going to be honest here. I like that he didn't talk to the media. To me, that shows a guy who has emotions in him, who's either embarrassed, mad. He's not just going out there going through the fucking motions. Like he got fucking embarrassed out there, and he took that to heart. And people want to get on him for not talking to the media. I would feel a different way if he was a veteran or captain on this team. I remember not too long ago when fucking Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton didn't talk to the media and hung Mikal Bridges out to dry to talk to the media after a fucking shitty game. And, Devin Booker, rightfully so as well, he got railed by, a lot of fucking fans and media. And Marco Wilson does deserve to get railed. Like, you want your guys to take accountability, but it shows something to me that he's fucking pissed, that he's not happy about it. And more than anything, I feel bad for the guy. I mean, yeah, he's a pro. He's a third-year pro. But to be forced as a CB1, there's no way in hell, entering this year, anybody thought that this situation was going to be a good one. And Jackie, when we ran down our preseason, entering the year, what was our, biggest cause of concern? It was cornerback and the lines. The offensive line, I feel like, has done a pretty good job. I feel like they took a step back. I don't know if it's James Conner pass protection that also is big, because that second half, it just was not going well at all.
I have heard that the guy we picked up from the Saints is actually a half decent pass blocker, so that's good. Tony Jones Jr.
Like he might start. I don't think that.
I don't think you. I feel like he is because Ingram is banged up too. Like, he's not like
a neck, yeah.
Like he's not going to be on the IR like Connor, but he's still banged up. So I think it's going to be running back by a committee. I think it's going to be probably mostly DeMarcado on Sunday, and then maybe some Tony Jones.
End of the day, Tony Jones has 88 career rushes in his 4 now is his fourth year. 88 rushes, averaging 2 point yards a carry. So take that for what you will.
Real quick though, Nick L is cracking me up.
I think he's going to be a block.
Maybe he should have thrown his shoe at Chase to slow him down.
Or we've all talked highly on Nick Rollis. Maybe give him some help. But then you look at our fucking safety situation. Both of our starters are now hurt. I don't know what's the deal with Jalen Thompson if he's going to miss this week's game. But missing Budda Baker back there, you don't have a lot of experience to give these young cornerbacks help over the top. So you're leaving these not rookies, but this young cornerback core on an island and susceptible. And Jackie, we've talked about in the past, what is the most difficult position in sports? People will say quarterback, which it's probably true, but right behind it's got to be cornerback. You're on your heels, and as a cornerback, you have no idea where the guy in front of you is going. And these are some of the most athletic guys, in the world out there.
You got to turn around, try to ball.
Oh,
while
right.
Not losing your man.
You're going again, and we talked about it last week. I forget who commented. What is that?
Up?
Sorry.
Oh.
We talked about it last week. There's someone who commented, they couldn't envision how the Bengals would beat us. And, we're straight up. If I was the fucking Bengals offense coordinator or Joe Burrow, I'm targeting Jamar Chase 20 fucking times. That's the exact quote I had. What do you do? He had 19 targets. At the end of the day, it's that hard. When there's a mismatch, you go after it, and you go after it hard because nobody gives a fuck. You're a 1-3 team. Like you said, they were the more desperate team. They needed this game the most.
Chase said it himself, 7-11. He's always open.
No, Jamar Chase said, I'm always open. And Marco Wilson said, yeah, you are.
He says, thank you, come again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Shout out to, let me go, K1 season. K1 since day one, talking about Marco's cornerback stats. Fourth worst grade amongst CVs that have played 5 games. He's given up 423 yards, which is the most in the NFL. 145 yards after catch, number 1 in the NFL. So this is going about as poorly as I think most of us, even worse, probably would think. Because right now, you have a guy who probably is a cornerback 4, a CB3, 4, at best, who's forced into a CB1 role. And this is what you see. He ends up being one of the worst, if not the worst, cornerbacks this season.
How about them Suns, huh? That was a preseason game they had.
Diamondbacks right now.
Isn't there a preseason game on?
Oh yeah, in 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. Either way. But just want to give a shout out. I know he's not going to be listening or anything, but as a Cardinal fan base, we are a family here. So to see Ron Wolfley lose his little brother, that's that's got to suck. I was wondering. Typically I have the game on the TV if I'm watching it at home, and then I'll have it on the radio as well on my phone. And I wasn't on Twitter very much, and right before the game started, I'm like, wait, where is Wolf? So I typed in, have search for Wolf, and later on saw that, his brother passed. And so a little shout out to, Cardinal family who's really been here since day one. That's got to be tough. And to anyone out there who's lost a family member or loved one, especially recently, shout out to you guys. I know it's tough right now probably, but things will be hopefully better in the future. And, it's just something tough to deal with. No one ever wants to see somebody lose their little brother.
It never really feels like a Cardinals game without him on the call.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I feel sorry. That's not the word. I feel bad, and I hope his family's all right.
Yeah, so condolences to the Wolfley family. And I do want to just give some shout outs to everybody in the chat right now. Nick, Mikey, Loto Capone was in here earlier, my boy David, Colby. So I know TCR Live is streaming right now as well, so I appreciate you guys for jumping in with us as well.
Yeah, thank you. I had to thanks to Jackie and Will for being accommodating and switching days for me. I'm headed out of town Thursday to go to my oldest nephew's wedding in Ohio, and I'll still be repping my Cardinal ship, and I'll probably bring a couple more Diamondback gear.
You're gonna have the Arizona Cardinals tuxedo, a Kyler Murray tie.
It's Ohio when I get the wedding invitation and it says dress attire, no denim.
Oh wow!
It literally said, like, our wedding invitation says dress to impress, and there says no denim. I was dying. I was like, I know you motherfuckers live in the farmland and shit.
So bougie. Well, yeah, no, I'm glad we're doing this on a Tuesday because if the D-backs do not close it out tomorrow, I will be in attendance for Game 4.
Woo, woo, woo. Let's go.
Loud and proud.
Let's fucking go. So next series, hopefully we advance. I'm gonna be there. I'm going fucking next. I wish I could go tomorrow, but we leave at like 5:15 in the morning Thursday. I got a couple other nephews staying here tomorrow night. 3 nephews actually staying here tomorrow night, and we're all riding together. So wish I could be there tomorrow, but hopefully, it's nice to see the synergy around too between all the fan bases and the Twitter accounts, everyone following the D-backs. And at the end of the day, everyone fucking hates the Dodgers. So
exactly.
Fuck them all. So
I will say if it does turn out to be Arizona versus Atlanta, it'll be very, very hard for me not to just drive to Atlanta for a night.
Oh, do it.
Do it, Will. Let me live vicariously through you. Go drive to Atlanta, watch a game, go to the strip clubs. I heard they have some of the best in the country.
Magic City, baby.
Do all the
see James Harden there.
Yeah.
Christ. Oh no, Lemon Pepper Lou there.
Lemon Pepper Lou?
Yeah, Lou Williams.
Oh.
Okay.
Will
knows all that ATL slang. How far are you from there, Will? Like 150 miles?
3 or 4 hours.
Okay. Like here to Yuma or something.
I always forget Arizona's that big, huh? Man.
I know, it's like you drive 20 minutes on the East Coast and you've already been in 3 different states. And you're like in Glendale.
But it does suck seeing James Conner hit the IR. We're hoping that he could have a little bit speedy of a recovery, but it's just the way this team is getting banged up. We talked about Jalen Thompson leaving at halftime. And our biggest concern, before the season was depth. And at the end of the day, this is the NFL. Injuries are going to happen. Injuries are going to pile up. So hopefully we can get Garrett Williams back at cornerback and fight for some reps, because I don't think he's going to he should be given a decent amount of snaps from the start once he's officially fully healthy. Because right now, I'd be shocked if they have Marco Wilson this weekend. I mean, we're fucked this week. You got that Puka. That motherfucker got like 45 catches through 5 games. And then Cooper Kupp came back last week and looked pretty damn
and
good.
I mean, Tutu Atwell's looked pretty all right as well.
Yeah, I don't. Ooh, when we do pick'ems, you guys might be in for a surprise.
No way, we're all going to vote against the Cardinals. Who could have predicted that against?
Never. I can never do that to Quad. No matter how bad I think we're going to get our shit rocked.
If we were playing the Texans or the Jets, you'd be voting against us.
Why? Listen, that was old Redbird Redzone where it was all about the Jets. No more Adam Gase is my Twitter AV.
Will never let that
down.
Will always be a big Jets fan.
Will's a Giants fan because he likes to say that.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
and
I was the Jets fan.
There you go. What? I see you're wearing your short shorts again. Not to call you out or anything, but that's cool.
Yeah.
What are you sipping on?
I have a it's called the Joy Bus.
Oh yeah, wow.
I never can remember what the shit's called, so I'm like, oh, the Joy Boy, whatever the fuck.
The Joy Boy.
Give me that one.
It's pretty good
draft. At the game. It's pretty good draft. Yeah. Nice. That's what I was drinking at the game.
Dealing with a little Stella Artois, can't beat that.
Oh, look at you with your French and shit.
Will, what you sipping on over there?
Agua.
College titties.
I wish.
I wish.
I bought myself a ghost face mask because I think that's what the chicks are into these days.
Nice. Can I just say I got this? Where am I pointing? Can you see me point?
Yeah.
Pat Tillman poster. It's not a poster, but a big ass frame.
Black in the background. I see it.
Yeah, $20 at a state sale fucking last weekend. Cha-ching! I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
I know I got me a hat at the game, Cardinals hat, and I got my daughter a matching K1 jersey, so that way when she comes back, we can match.
Oh, nice.
I went to
the hat reminds me of like the white jerseys. Is that the hat that goes with it? Nice. That's clean. I like it.
Yeah.
I went to can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I went to a vintage shop on Saturday, and I got myself a Wizards MJ jersey.
I have one too. It's somewhere in Virginia, but I do have a Wizards Michael Jordan jersey, and it's small, so it only fits me.
It cost me $45. God help me.
I think it was something cheap. But before we digress any further, I will never not give a Big Dick Player of the Game award, even if our team is playing with, shrimp dick. I will still give out an award.
Can we guess? Will, what is your guess?
Matt Prater.
Ooh, no. Matt Prater. I will go. This will be tough. I'll go DiMaccardo. Get his first TD. What do you got, Jackie?
You know what? That's a good one. I didn't even consider DiMaccardo. I was gonna say Hollywood because
Oh, dude, yeah.
I just love the way he just jumped into the crowd. That kind of like ignited it a little bit, gave us a little bit of good momentum there, and then it just kind of all went downhill from there. But we're losing, right? And the crowd's starting to disengage a little bit. The fans are starting to lose a little bit of interest because at first we were kind of like, oh, we're gonna lose, but we're like a fun team to watch. And now with these injuries, it's starting to become less fun. But I feel like if this was a Cliff Kingsbury, Steve Keim regime, you'd be a little more disengaged, a little more disheartened, a little more frustrated with the losses. So we'll just. I feel like we're giving the new regime I guess you could say coddling them a little bit. They're like, oh, they're trying, they're doing their best. But if it was like Cliff Kingsbury and Steve Keim and this is the product they're giving us, I'd be like, no, the last shit I took had more talent than this team.
But you also have to figure if it's Keim and Kingsbury, it's year 4 of Keim and Kingsbury, or year 5 of Keim and Kingsbury, and year 11 of Keim. I mean, we have to put it in perspective. This. If we were playing like this under a Cliff Keim regime, we would not have. Yeah. We would not have a podcast anymore. I would retire to the mountains and become a monk. No,
I
mean,
no, sorry.
I don't know where I was going with it.
Cool. I will say, going back to Nick L, asked the question. He or not a question, but maybe it was a question. I don't fucking know. But he said he'd like to see a little more fire out of Gannon. And what I did like to see out of Gannon was in his post game presser. And even the next day, he took full responsibility. He seemed mad. He's not out there trying to fucking lose games. And he does seem genuinely mad. Like he needs to go back to the drawing board and kind of start over. So I would be very shocked if Marco Wilson is getting 97% of the snaps. Because I thought Antonio Hamilton had, he played as well as we probably could have expected him coming back to see him perform. That's what we need out there. So I would expect Marco to lose some snaps from here on forward. One thing about Gannon I do want to see more of is, can we just throw a challenge flag on something? I can't remember the play exactly on Sunday, but there was something that could.
There was something.
There was early, so I couldn't understand it. But even going back to week 2, there was that obvious knee on the ground. Was it by Saquon Barkley? Obvious knee on the ground that he ended up not fucking challenging, in the second half. So throw a fucking challenge flag. You might be the only coach who has not done a challenge flag yet this year.
And I mean, this is what drives me crazy about like coach psychology. They'll have these plays that are so obviously just give me challenges at the beginning of the game or in the middle of the game, whenever. And they'll think to themselves, no, I need to save this flag because what if something happens towards the end of the game? And it's like, that never happens. You get to the end of the game, you don't ever need to use it. I can't think of a single time in recent memory where I've seen a coach throw away a challenge flag and then they actually needed it later. It drives me crazy that is a prevailing school of thought with coach psychology. Don't waste on an early one. Save it for later. No,
that's
use
my
it.
Uno strategy with the draw 4 cards.
Use it so you can have another challenge and use the other one later.
And I believe now that after the 2-minute warning, that's all upstairs. The upstairs challenges it too.
Exactly.
So that's kind of to your point right there. And you get 2 challenges. So what the fuck? If you use it early,
plays are under review.
Yeah. So I mean, that's nitpicky right there. I'll admit that. But that is something that I've noticed. Like there's at least the one on Sunday, and then the one previously, where the one week 2 or 3, whatever the fuck it was, that was blatant. That was, you need to throw that fucking flag, and he didn't. So I just hope that you kind of got to help your team out a little bit here on some of these close ass bang bang plays. I don't know if they don't have the people upstairs looking at it, or what the case is, but it's something small, nitpicky. But I did like how Jonathan Gannon did have his presser, and for the first time really seemed disappointed, in himself and the team a little bit too. That they got to play better. Injuries aren't an excuse. When you don't game plan good enough to have their best player, go 200 yards, 3 TD, absolutely go nuclear on you. You got to start kind of fresh again. So looking forward to see what this week holds. Rams are going to be a tough little cookie to go up against, but I don't think anyone's really afraid of the Rams. I expect it to be another, close game throughout, because even this Bengal game, until, through halftime, it's still a game. Cardinals haven't really got blown out in any of these. So hopefully we can get it together, get a couple guys back. I was really impressed by Dante Stills. He's playing really, really well. A lot of these young guys still, even though they're not the most talented deep defense or offense in the league, these guys are still fighting. Joe Mixon had 22 carries for 80 yards, so we bottled him up and stuffed them when it was a fucking first, second, third, and fourth and fucking goal from the 2-yard line. That was impressive as shit. By a D line and front 7 that really many people glossed over entering this year.
That's what sucks is we had that big 4th down stop in the red zone just for Dobbs to fucking throw a pick 6 right after that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
we did some good things. We did some shitty things. We could probably nitpick a little bit
DJ
more on the
Humphries.
team this week
If
than any other week.
Marco Wilson had the worst game, DJ Humphries had the second worst game. That
well,
guy.
Dobbs was a turnover machine this game. Are you kidding me? I think he's got to be up there.
Well,
He was
because
throwing ducks.
the offensive line leads to you get good protection. You know,
Yeah, I
Dobbs
know.
more time back there. But DJ Humphries, you're looking. How many times did fucking who's the homeboy, white boy, fucking I have him in my fucking defensive player league. Well, he had 2 sacks, but DJ Humphries was just getting worked all game. So yeah, I mean, you can say Dobbs had second worst game, but to me, it's a byproduct of the offensive line. Look at last year. Why was Kyler Murray so bad last year? The offensive line was the worst in the fucking NFL by far. So to me, a lot of it stems to the offensive line on the quarterback.
I get that. Man, I'm so glad I got.
You could see the inaccuracy there. I just saw a lot of
Oh,
wobbly passes.
He definitely did not have a good game. I'm not sugarcoating it, but
yeah.
I just go back to what the whole stem of the reason for Kyler being regressing as much as he did last year. Offensive line is fucking putrid. You had no fucking center who could even snap a fucking ball. And that's only just going to be a trickle down effect. And so hopefully they can bounce back, and I do expect them to bounce back. But Aaron Donald's having a pretty good year this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how our offensive line can stack up against theirs and see if our defense can hold up against the Rams on Sunday.
Real quick, I just want to say hello to my boy Jamal. He says, "Roo."
What up, Maul?
Jamal is in our group chat. Awesome dude. He lives in New Jersey. One of my faves for sure. The Roos are a secret society on Twitter. I'm not going to dive too deep into our history, but just know that we are a club, we are a clique, we are gang.
We had a few people join last week from the podcast too. So if you're not in there, hit up Jackie or I. Maybe we'll convince Will to join. Who knows? But
become a Roo.
Invite me.
Are you on in, Will? They're
sure.
gonna probably bully you out.
Okay.
We'll do it. Let's do it.
I mean, all I'm saying is that I'm very, very glad that I've got Puka on my fantasy team for this week.
Oh no, you can't be talking like that.
I mean, you got to look for the brighter side of things. I mean, what am I going to say? I'm happy to see a DeMarcado-led offense on Sunday. Like, no, I'm not going to say that. I would like to see what he can do, but I'm not optimistic for Sunday.
Hey, give my fucking boy Michael Wilson the damn ball, because I had to start him in fantasy.
I started him too.
Got me like a couple points.
Yeah, how do you not target him for the first 57 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
With this offense that we have, it's a one big body wide receiver you have, and Josh Dobbs isn't the most accurate fucking QB, at all. So you'd like to think that you could throw it to somebody who we just saw in the first fucking target, how he comes down with acrobatic catches. That was a hell of a fucking catch. So it's inexcusable that he would go a half without a target, let alone damn near 2 fucking halves, a full game, 57 minutes worth. To me, that's unacceptable. In this offense, no, you need to at least fucking start force feeding him, because Rondale Moore is not doing anything through the air. He might be more valuable as a running back right now. He's got less than 100 yards in 5 games through the air. I believe that stat's still right. So if you're not going to be using him correctly or downfield, you need
Michael Wilson. I will say that
81 yards and 11 fucking catches this year for Rondale Moore. That's not going to cut it in this fucking league.
I will say that end around from Moore was fucking sick. That was a nice ass play.
You need to get him. If you're able to get him between the tackles or outside on a seal, that's the way to get it. It just, for some reason, the connection through the air has not been there so far this year. Even though he's got a 19-yard catch, a 31-yard catch, a 14-yard catch. So get him in bulk, kind of when he gets it. But from other than that, 4 catches for 8 yards the Dallas game, 2 more catches. So he had a catch for 31 yards on Sunday or on week 1 against Washington. Gets 2 more catches for 2 yards after that. Gets a 19-yard catch this last week against Cincinnati. Ends up getting 2 more catches for 7 yards. Like, that's just not going to fucking cut it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you're going to use him as a running back, use him as a running back. If you're not going to fucking use him downfield at all as a receiver, throw Michael Wilson the fucking ball and get him snaps.
Yeah, because I mean, like, we need to be using Rondell like they use Tyreek Hill. He's just fucking fast. Get him out downfield in space.
And it feels like such a no-brainer because I mean he doesn't have the size to be like a physical, like aggressive catch kind of guy. He doesn't have. I mean he is a guy who can make plays in space. We saw that, that first year he was there with Kyler. He had that like
Broken
amazing
plays.
streak of games where he had those broken plays and he was just wide open. And I don't know why we don't just focus on his speed and get him in situations where he can utilize it.
It almost feels like him and Marquise Brown are so similar in stature that they want them doing two different things. So Marquise is kind of your Hollywood is more of your downfield guy. And they just don't really know what to do yet with Rondell, which, kind of had Cliff scratch in his head for a few years. But it is nice to see him, hopefully keep staying on the field, just healthy. And hopefully one of these games is going to be a breakout game for him where it all kind of comes together.
And I don't necessarily think that a downfield guy has to be a singular niche. I think it can be two people. I think limiting yourself to just having Marquise as your downfield guy and shafting Rondale in the process is not
like an outside guy. So like Michael Wilson will be your other outside guy. So you're not going to have two outside guys who are 5'9" or whatever. So that's kind of my thought right there. Still want to see more snaps from Trey McBride, 33% last game, only 19 snaps. Trade deadline needs to get here because Zach Ertz needs to go. I'm glad he caught his first touchdown of the year, but he's not going to be here for the next great Cardinals team. Get him out of here. Let Trey McBride take all these fucking snaps. I like the way Trey McBride's been blocking too. So
who would you say is a good candidate for Ertz to go to?
Do we need to tie it in?
I mean, so many teams can take a tight end. There aren't very many great tight ends in the league. Not like Zach Ertz is great or anything, but
I've got an opinion.
Cowboys would be one. I don't know. I think they've been getting some production out of that position, but I think Dak Prescott probably needs some more help over there, no matter who it is.
The Panthers.
We're going to trade you to the winless Panthers.
The funniest thing about the Panthers is that they're supposedly going aggressive for wide receivers. They're 0-5 and they're not selling, they're buying.
Yeah,
like for reference, they don't have their first round pick this year. Yeah. I don't know if they have their second round pick this year. I mean, they're trying to.
What's going on there?
It's ever since Tepper got there, it's just been a disaster.
Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton's looked the best between both those.
You know things are bad when fans are lamenting. Damn, I really wish we had the guy who ropes people back.
No, I was reading somewhere earlier that Temper got in the way of them drafting C.J. Stroud. So,
and in my opinion, they didn't. If they wanted their guys so bad, if they wanted Bryce Young so badly, they could have stayed exactly where they were and been fine. Because you look at that draft board and you see the teams behind them. I mean, aside from maybe the Colts, there was no competition for Bryce Young. And I really, really doubt that there were teams who were just bidding up for the number one spot to go for Stroud or to go for Young, because neither of them was a generational talent. Neither of them were the guys who'd put a franchise together. They were both.
Stroud looks good.
Well, Stroud's very good. I love Stroud. But, I mean, they were both, at the end of the day, high-end project quarterbacks. And, nothing against project quarterbacks, but, you still need time to fit them in your system. They're not a day one starter. They're a guy.
I drafted Bryce Young in fucking my dynasty league, so trust me, I know he's not a day one quarterback now. Fuck me.
No, it's at the end of the day, the Panthers fuck themselves royally, and I feel like heads are going to roll this offseason. I think their GM's probably gone. I think because they essentially have gifted. I've looked at their schedule. There's maybe 2 or 3 winnable games left on their schedule. They have hand gifted the Chicago Bears not only a pretty solid wide receiver, but they have handed them the #1 pick for next year. God knows if they make the right choice and draft Caleb
You guys
Williams.
tell
They really
that?
should.
Can you guys tell that Will lives in Carolina? No. Look how intense he's getting right now. He's pounding the table and shit. I see you.
Well, I mean, I have to endure Panthers fans. Like there's this Panthers account I follow on Instagram. I don't even remember why I follow. I think it was like some giveaway they were doing. I followed them, and they were like, a team that's 0-5 has never made the playoffs. And it's like, were you guys expecting the playoffs? Were you guys expecting anything more than this?
That's cute. See,
It's adorable.
we're in hell right now with our team, but it could be worse, folks. We could be Panthers fans. We could be Bears fans. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, Bears fans, I mean, they're experiencing some of the shittiest football known to man, but they still have, in all likelihood, the #1 and #2 pick.
But will they whiff on those? Because it's the
Yes,
Bears.
they will. They will turn Caleb Williams into a 3,000-yard passer. God wills it.
You're right, Nick
3,000.
L. Or we could be Broncos fans. There's just,
Or
like I
Pats
said last
fans.
week, and I'll say it this week, there's just a lot of things that we could be thankful for. Our team might be a little less fun to watch now because James Conner is on the IR. But hopefully, maybe someday, some point this season, maybe it'll be the last fucking game of the year. We do see Kyler Murray back at some point.
And I know it's early, and I know we have so much time left to go. It feels like this season is going to have an absolute arms race for that #1 pick, because there are so many teams that are not just bad, but like astonished.
To it. Yeah, with Justin Jefferson out, trade they want. What are the rumors? Kirk Cousins might be dealt.
Fire
Well,
sale. We could get some. There's gonna be a lot of fire sales at the deadline, so it's gonna be fun to see who goes where. I don't think we're gonna be buyers, and I don't think we're gonna be.
We should trade the Houston pick for for Justin Jefferson's IR body.
I will say,
folks, this has been another great episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. Kidding.
I will say, it has been tough, this season. Their Cardinals have shown signs and shown promise. And probably the biggest positive coming out of this year so far is the play of Paris Johnson over there at right tackle. Every week he seems to be impressing, whether it's on the ground game, which, it seemed like he started off slow week 1 in the rushing game, but it seems like he's been developing. It hasn't been perfect. Rewatching the games, it has not been perfect, but he gets the job done. And then on the other side of the field, it's just been a blessing to watch Dennis Gardeck. He only played 40% of the snaps once again this week, so he's not playing nearly every down at all. But to see him still producing, getting another fucking sack. So those two guys on each side of the ball, while there have been so many injuries and so many guys forced into positions that probably shouldn't be, especially defensively. It's good to see those guys be a stabilizing factor. Will DJ Humphries be here after the trade deadline? You don't really see left tackles being moved that late into the season. But at the end of the day, Paris Johnson's your left tackle for life moving forward.
Yeah, and it almost kind of makes you kind of see what it would have been like if we had kept Josh Jones.
We're talking about left tackle trades here. Should we just get into the pick'ems?
Damn, fuck you, Will. Go pull the fire alarm again so you can get out 10 minutes away from this podcast for a little bit.
I have a theory that Will pulled the fire alarm on purpose so you could see all the chicks running downstairs with their boobs jiggling. Don't lie, Will.
That's why he was breathing so hard on the mic last week. Okay.
Well, no, I was just thinking about the Cardinals losing, and it just got me all fired up.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Let's do pick'ems. Thank you.
All right.
Finally, I'm back. Me and Jackie have won. Will, this is your week, is it? Let's go.
Can one of you guys pull up the schedule? I'm on my phone, and I can't diverge from this.
Oh, fuck me, Will. What the hell, NFL?
You're not my type.
Okay.
Oh, those are fighting words.
Dude, what is your type then? If I'm not your type, he's like,
All right,
Jackie.
calm down. Let's not do anything gay here.
Wow, it's okay. All right, week 6 is this? Yo, Thursday night game, Broncos Chiefs.
Jesus.
Nope, you got that one wrong. You take Jesus. He's not going to help you today, boy.
I mean, are we all going Chiefs here?
Yeah, I don't. We ain't that dumb. We're not the brightest 3 people, but we ain't that dumb.
No, we're not. And I was this close to be like,
Oh, stop. We're moving on. I'm not even let Jackie
stop me
answer
while I'm
that one.
ahead.
Wait, at what point do we just have a dedicated Taylor Swift fan, like cam feed? Like
Who
just
are
on
we? The
ESPN?
NFL account? No, fuck that.
No, I'm talking about like the NFL. At what point do they just have that for like ESPN too?
Can I go on a quick
Instead of the Manning cast?
Go on your tangent. Let's go. What do you got?
Let's go.
As someone who, I'm not a diehard Swiftie, but I do listen to Taylor Swift, like, a lot. There's a lot of Taylor Swift to be heard in my car.
I'm sorry, Colby.
Huh?
Nothing. You're great. You're doing great.
Shut the fuck up. I saw some fucking articles saying, like, thanks to Taylor Swift, daughters and dads are now watching football together. Fuck off. I have been watching football with my dad as long as I can fucking remember. Women have been watching football together with their parents, dads, mom, grandpa, whoever, as long as they can fucking remember. It's not thanks to no goddamn Taylor Swift.
I'll drink to that. Good men raise good women or good girls who watch sports and football. So your dad is a good man. And I'll drink to that. Cheers.
I will say the reactionary. I'm not watching the NFL because Taylor Swift is front and center instead of the football. Those people are fucking babies. Those people are the biggest babies on the planet. Travis Kelce's woke because he's a Pfizer guy and he's dating a hot liberal woman. He's playing the most masculine sport on earth. He's such a soy boy.
All right, we're up. We got Ravens Titans.
Ravens.
Yeah, they're going ball. I'm going to go Titans. Fuck it. The fucking Ravens let me down last week and the Steelers won, so fuck them.
Wait. They did?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. All right, so, Jackie, the score was 17-10. Guess how those points were scored?
How?
All right, so the Steelers had a touchdown where they missed a 2-point conversion. They had 3 field goals and a safety.
The fuck?
Exactly.
I need a joint over here. Who's smoking? Someone pass me the joint.
All right, what's up next, Matt?
You want to smoke
crack? Yeah, they lost me money. Fuck them. I'm not fucking rooting for Baltimore this weekend. Go fuck yourself. Panthers, Dolphins. I think we don't even have to go through that one.
Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Will's thinking about it. Big fucking Panther fan out there in Carolina.
Fuck you. I was not. I was saying as in.
Fuck you.
What else am I going to say?
I would sit on Mike McDaniel's big ass forehead.
Don't test the man. Commanders, Falcons.
I think it's the Falcons. It's a pretty abysmal game, but I think it's the Falcons. I will say.
I'm going to say it's the Falcons as well.
I'm going Washington, baby.
I will say it is very funny that Washington or Atlanta's all dynamic. They've got an ass quarterback. They've got a wide receiver that's underutilized, a tight end who's criminally underutilized, and they're still just kind of okay. And I think that's very funny. Anyway, continue.
Saints, Texans. What do we got?
Texans.
Wait, say that again.
Texans.
Okay.
Have me and Will picked against each other yet?
KC, Baltimore, Miami, ATL, Houston, no, but I will once again. I am going to go New Orleans.
You're going
Give us
for the
that Texans pick, baby. And that's what you guys did last week. You guys picked the Texans last week. I was the only one to pick whoever the fuck they played. Houston. Oh, Atlanta. I was the only one to pick fucking Atlanta. So thank you. We'll take that. Thank you, guys. Let's go Colts, Jags.
Anthony
going to be out. I'm going Jacksonville.
I'll say Jacksonville as well.
Jacksonville pretty reliably beats the Colts.
They're just going to have every home game out in fucking London. They're pretty dominant out there. Yeah. Seahawks, Bengals. Ooh. Let's go, Cincy. Maybe I'm hoping they found something. That defense still not very great from the Bengals, even though they were able to hold us. They had a pretty good pass rush against us, which shouldn't have been too surprising. But we still ran for, 140-something yards, I think. So Seahawks, Kenneth Walker, are they going to be able to pound the rock and, and then get Lockett and Metcalf involved? What do you guys think? I got Cincy.
I got Seattle.
Cincinnati continues to win.
All right. Let's go. Ooh, game of the week. Game of the week. Bears, Vikings. Psych.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going Chicago. Justin Jefferson gone. Minnesota's. It looks like they might be losing that locker room. So I'm going Chicago, thinking that maybe do it 2 weeks in a row. Maybe Justin Fields found something with DJ Moore there. So
I will also go the Bears as well.
Let me hear you say, "Go Chicago, Chicago!" It's gonna be the Bears, baby.
you never get this excited when you pick the Cardinals, man.
The Bears.
Browns, 49ers. What you got?
Ugh, Niners.
Yeah. Sounds like Cleveland might be starting fucking, who is that? Okay.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
No, they started him last week, but they're going to start the other cat. My brain is so fried, man. I don't know what the fuck. God damn. Can't think of fucking his name. But who you got, Will?
I think Brock Purdy notches up his first loss.
What?
I've got the Browns.
What?
In Cleveland. Okay. That defense, they keep coming off a bye. So if that defense can get to what nobody's been able to do yet is hit Brock Purdy, early and often. And they have the personnel. Cleveland does have personnel. I don't think they're going to man up enough points. But, never know. Cleveland can pull some shit out their ass with their defense. Raiders, Patriots.
Jesus.
I know. You got to go Vegas for me. I don't know what the fuck is going on there in New England.
Who's starting quarterback?
Wait, I thought Raiders.
Mac Jones, yeah.
Wait. I thought Raiders Patriots was last week.
No, that was Raiders Packers was fucking last night.
Who the Patriots play?
Patriots got fucking smoked by New Orleans.
Gotcha. All right. Jesus.
In Vegas.
In Vegas.
I'm gonna say it's the Patriots.
Right.
I'm gonna say the Raiders because I saw a fire bill trending on Twitter the other
I
day.
saw that. Their post game call-in was railing.
It's so over for them. It's going to be the Raiders.
Chandler Jones revenge game.
Jesus.
From his couch, from his fucking Twitter account. That guy.
Psych ward.
How is Elon Musk not shut down his fucking account? That's how you know.
He doesn't care.
No, he don't care. I mean, there's more bots
He
on
don't
Twitter
give a
than there ever
damn. We
has
don't
been.
give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck. Lions, Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
Detroit.
Give me the Bucks. The new revitalized, rejuvenated Baker Mayfield playing like he said he's feeling like he's felt in his Oklahoma days. I fucking love it.
Damn, over Big Dick Dan Campbell. Okay, I see you.
Over
The Lions are kicking ass these days. If they can come in with that momentum they had Sunday, I think they've got it in the bag. I've got the Lions.
See,
yeah, Lions
Miguel
any day.
also believes. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. Giants, Bills. Do we even have to go over this one?
Right. 3, 2, 1.
It's gonna be
go New York, go! It's gonna be the Bills, baby.
It's gonna be the Bills.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, prayers up. Say a prayer for your girl. She needs Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs to have a big day. I won't disclose who I'm playing in fantasy, but I need this dub desperately to stay undefeated and to stay on top of my league.
Go suck that lucky toe. Make it happen.
Yep.
Eagles, Jets. What do we got? Philly. I got. Damn, this is a winning fucking lineup. I'm just gonna bet this shit. And probably fucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's
lose
Philly.
all my money.
Philly.
Yeah, Philly dilly. All right. Chargers, Cowboys. That could be an interesting matchup. In LA.
In LA. Well, I mean, that doesn't matter. It's a away game for the Chargers every week.
I love Justin Herbert. I'm gonna say it's the Chargers.
I'm gonna go Chargers 2. Because I got Justin Herbert in my big money league with Keenan Allen. Need them to pop off. Let's go.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, we know it. We know you're a big fan.
Do you wear ashless chaps around your room, Will?
Only on Saturdays.
That's a question I do not want to hear the answer to.
Hell
Only
yeah.
on Saturdays.
College things.
College
Hashtag
things.
college tings.
And now, hailing from Glendale, Arizona, your Arizona Cardinals going to LA to face the soy boy sipping, latte drinking, Hollywood pimping Los Angeles Lambs. Who you got?
Cardinals. 21-10.
Ooh.
Will wants to. I'm going to do it. I'm picking the Rams, folks. I am picking the Rams.
Boo this man. Everybody in the comments, boo.
First time ever on this podcast. I just don't see how we slow down Cooper Kupp and Puka Shells or fucking Pikachu, whatever the fuck his name is.
Buca de Beppo.
It pains me. It does pain me. But even looking at the snap counts last week, Marco Wilson getting fucking shredded. He still played 100% of the snaps. So I need to see that to change, and I need to see that first to have any belief. But I do believe Antonio Hamilton would be on one of those two. But Keitrell Clark, hopefully he can step up a little bit because I don't have a lot of hope moving forward for Marco. And even though like Keitrell Clark, I think he's been good. I just think this is not a good matchup for him either. But I am going to go Rams 24, Cardinals. I think we're going to put up some point 16. I did it. Fuck.
Yes,
That hurt.
I've got 3 names for you. I've got Cooper Kupp, I've got Puka Nacua, and I've got Tutu Atwell. Those will be the instruments of our demise on Sunday, and they are going to fucking slaughter us. I've got the Rams beating us 38-7.
Oh my god!
So everybody in the comments who are just tuning in for the first time or just barely catching on, Will is our resident pessimist. So if he says we're gonna get cooked, we have a shot at winning now.
We do. Yes, we do. He's been picking the Cardinals the last few weeks, so
yep.
Yes, the last 2 weeks we've already been doing it, but good to see pessimistic Will back. There we go. We can start playing some good football again.
Oh, I'm so glad that Puka Nacua is going to have 50 fantasy points for me on Sunday. What a lovely day.
Well, you guys all enjoy the game. I'm going to be in the air on Sunday. I'm thinking if I should buy the Wi-Fi to watch the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't spend $40 on the Wi-Fi to watch us,
What
man.
airline are you flying?
Southwest. Shout
$8.
out.
Do it.
How much is it?
It's like $8. Not the best Wi-Fi, but do
Oh,
it.
shit.
Okay. We got a layover in fucking Illinois, too. Not getting home till after midnight. Got to get to work Monday again. It's going to be a fun trip.
Yep.
I can't wait. It's supposed to be cold as shit, too. It's like low, like high 30s, low 40s. I'm like, what the fuck?
Sheesh.
I don't know. It was 100 degrees and fucking. I went swimming today in Phoenixville. So
Can I just say we went to the ASU game on Saturday, sat on the east side of the stadium, got fucking cooked. I don't know. You probably can't tell, but I am like 10 shades darker now.
And you know somebody wearing a Dion shirt. That's all. We got to go, folks. I got to go.
Nice.
All right. This has been another spectacular episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing.
My name is Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with 2 O's.
Yo, thank you guys for all joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Hit that like and subscribe if you have not yet. Join our Patreon. You'll get toes and hoes, sucking toes, Jackie videos, daily through the week, whatever. So give us money. And yeah, thank you. No, appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter at AZ Sports Fiend. That's FIEN. And we are out.
Peace.
Bye.
Later.